Good afternoon to one and all. I am R.V. Kiran, Assistant Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering. Today in this class, I am going to explain you about the types of followers in the camps. So, in the yesterday's class, we have discussed about the types of camps and its working and its nomenclature. So, today we are going to discuss about its mating part, that is the follower. And this is my 37th lecture regarding to the subject aeronautics of machinery. So in the previous classes, we have discussed about what is a cam and what is its applications and what are the types of cams. And today we are going to classify the followers also. So according to the surface in contact. So when you are going to classify the followers, you have to classify the basic type, that is the usage type of follower. So first one is the according to the surface in contact type, that is the knife edge follower. So knife edge means like a pencil type follower. So this shape is in the form of a pencil. So you can see it in the picture. This is the knife edge follower. So these it has a parallel ends and its point is sharp like a pencil. That is the knife edge point. So we are calling it as the knife edge follower. So that is why we are calling it as the knife edge follower. So it has a contact of a point contact, that is the line contact to the cam. So when the contacting end of the follower has a sharp knife edge, it is called a knife edge follower. So it is called to be as a knife edge follower. And the sliding motion takes place between the contact surfaces. So this type of sliding motion is taken. So this is the 3D view of the surface contact of the knife edge follower with the cam for cam. And this sliding motion takes between these contact surfaces, that is the cam and follower. So generally this cam is going to move and the follower is to follow it. So that we call it as the driver follower and the driven follower. So that is the driver and the driven. So and this cam is called the driver and the follower is the driven type. And it is seldom used in practice because the small area of the contacting surface results in excessive wear. So generally these contact surfaces results in the, that is small area of the contact surfaces results in the excessive wear of the follower. So that is we have seen it in the cam and the knife edge follower, and in these knife edge followers, a considerable side thrust exists between the follower and the guide. So a side thrust has been involved in this type of follower, and some side thrusts exist between the follower and the guide. So these are the guideways. So these two are the guideways, and this is the follower. This follower is moving in the direction of the vertical direction, which is in the axis of the cam. So this is the axis of the cam in which it is moved, and there is a side thrust in both the guideways in which this follower is moving. So that is the first type of follower, that is the knife edge follower. Next one is the roller follower. So in this type of roller follower, the contacting end of the follower is a roller, and it is called a roller follower. So we can show it in the picture also, you can see it in the picture also. So this is the roller and this is the follower. So generally this roller consists of a pin hinge to its center, and the roller is attached to it, and this roller is rolled over the surface of the cam in its direction. So remaining elements are same with the knife edge follower, but the only difference is the roller, which is in direct contact, that is the higher pair contact with the cam. So since the rolling motion takes place between the contacting surfaces, that is the roller and the cam. So the roller is used to move on the surface of the cam. Therefore, the rate of wear is greatly reduced. So the point of contact is not the same in the roller. So these surface, all the surface has to be in contact with this cam. So this is the rolling through the surface of the that is why we are getting the less wear here. In these roller followers also, the side thrusts exist between the follower and the head, because the shape of the topmost part is same in between the knife edge follower and the roller follower. So there is a side thrust which exists between the follower and the sideways. That is the guideways. And The roller followers are extensively used where more space is available, such as in the stationary gas and the oil engines and aircraft engines. So these are the three different types of available extensively applications of the roller followers. So they are usually in the highly in the all the applications. So the mainly used applications is the stationary gas and oil engines and the aircraft engines. So these roller followers are extensively used where more space is available, such as in the stationary gas and oil engines and the aircraft engines also. Next one is the flat faced or mushroom follower. So this is one of the majorly used followers. These three types after the roller follower. So when the contacting end of the follower is a perfectly flat face. So the follower has a perfectly flat face. It is called a flat faced follower. So you can see it in the picture also. This is the flat faced follower in which it gets a flat face perpendicular to the direction of the vertical shaft. So this shaft is common with the knife edge follower and the roller follower, but this flat face is different from the other followers. Next, it may be noted that the side thrust between the follower and guide is much reduced in case of flat faced followers because these moves in the straight way, but there is no deflection and the contact surface is any point on the flat faced follower. So it has a wide flat faced follower, so it has a very wide flat face, so we can touch it in the any point. And the only side thrust is due to the friction between the contact surface of the follower and the cam. So in the picture you can see the difference. On the axis point it is not touching with the cam, but it is touching it with the side face because the cam is not in a circular position. It is a radial cam. That is why it is touching on the other direction but not to the axis. And the flat faced followers are generally used where space is limited, such as in cams which operate the valves of the automobile engines. Generally, these are used in the automobile section of the parts and in the automobile engines. When the flat faced follower is circular, then it is called as mushroom follower. Generally, when the flat faced follower is in the circular shape, so it has a circular shape in its flat edge, then it is called as a mushroom follower. Next one is the spherical faced follower. When the contacting end of the follower is in the spherical shape, it is called as spherical faced follower. So it is like a lower end point of a plunger. So when you see a plunger which is used in the inspection, so it has a spherical faced follower. So that in the same pattern, this spherical faced follower gets a face at a spherical shape. That's why we calling it as a spherical faced follower. It may be noted that when a flat faced follower is used in automobile engines, high surface stresses are produced. So generally these flat faced followers or the mushroom followers are used in the automobile engines in the extensive ones. So this consists of surface stresses which are produced at very high rate. In order to minimize these stresses, the flat end of the follower is machined to a spherical shape. So generally, when we are going to use the flat faced followers or we are using these flat faced followers, it will get surface stresses. The high surface stresses are reduced when it is converting or machined to a spherical one, that is into a spherical shape. So you can see it in the picture. Cam with the spherical faced follower in the first end and the cam with the spherical faced follower in the second end also. That is the position of the cam. So this is the spherical phased follower which is touched to the cam in the vertical position, and this is also a spherical phased follower which is touches in the horizontal direction. So one is the vertical one and other one is in the horizontal phased one. Second type is the according to the motion of the follower. So that is the based on the motion of the follower. So first one is the reciprocating or translating follower. First one is the reciprocating type or translating type. When the follower reciprocates in guides as the cam rotates uniformly, it is known as the reciprocating or translatory follower. So generally, this follower is going to reciprocate in motion through the guideways when the cam is going to be moved. That is, when the cam is using to in the motion, and which is causes an uniform action. So that is the uniform action is provided between the cam and the follower. That type of follower is known as reciprocating or translating followers. And in the picture you can see the all the three types of the reciprocating or translating followers. First one is the cam with knife edge follower. Second one is the cam with roller follower. Last one is the cam with the flat faced follower. So all these three types of followers comes under the reciprocating or the translating type. And in these three types, you can see the translatory motion between the guideways with the follower. So the follower can be use the reciprocating or translatory motion through the guideways, and this indicates the translatory motion or the reciprocatory motion between the cam and follower. And this is the first type of follower, that is first type of the motion or type. Second one is the oscillating or rotating follower. In this oscillating or rotating follower, when the uniform rotary motion of the cam is converted into predetermined oscillatory motion of the follower, it is called as oscillating or rotating follower. Generally, in these types of followers, the rotary motion of the cam is converted to the oscillatory motion of the follower. When this cam is going to move, that is in the clockwise or anti-clockwise direction, when this deviation occurs in the cam, the spherical phased follower is used to move in the vertical position, that is the up and down position. So that is used to oscillate because one end of the follower is fixed. That is why it is going to oscillate in the one direction. You can see the oscillating or rotating follower in the picture. The best example for the oscillating or rotating follower is the cam with spherical phased follower. So the cam with the reciprocating or spherical phased follower is the best example. And these spherical phased followers is moved in the oscillates it in the vertical motion only. So that is why it is calling it as oscillating or rotating follower. That depends upon the shape of the cam also. The last type of classification is the according to the path of the follower type. In these, two types of followers has been taken. First one is the radial follower and second one is the offset follower. So considering the path of motion, so that is the depending on the motion type, we are going to take this one. Coming to see the first one, that is the radial follower. When the motion of the follower is along on axis passing through the center of the cam, it is the radial follower. So this follower is used to touch the cam within the axis of the cam. So this is the knife edge follower with the radial cam. So the axis has been equal in the connection with the follower and the cam. So you can see the all in the three followers, that is the knife edge follower, roller follower and the flat faced follower. So the axis is same for the cam and the follower. Next one is the offset follower. So in the offset follower, the motion of the follower is along an axis away from the axis of the cam. So that is moving from the axis of the cam. That is why the axis of the follower is different from the axis of the cam. So you can see the offset followers here. When the motion of the follower is along an axis way from the axis of the cam center, it is called as offset follower. The followers can be seen in the picture. So this is the knife edge follower, and the axis of the cam is taken like this and the follower axis is like this. So this is far different from the cam and follower. And to the radial cams also, that is the roller follower and the cam also, it is far different. So this is the classification of the followers. This is the flat faced and this is the spherical type. We can see the animation type of these followers also. So this is the cam and this is the follower. So you can see the motion of the follower. So now you can see this. So the follower is used to move in the direction of the cam. Where there is deviation, it is going to move in the upward and backward direction. So now see the different parts of the cam and follower mechanism. So generally this cam and follower has three types, that is the three members. First one is the driving member, that is the cam. Second one is the driven member, that is the follower, and last one is the supporting member, which is called as frame. So the frame is the supporting member here. So you can see the follower and the cam. This is the radial cam and this is the roller follower. So you can see the working. So cams are classified based on their shapes. So that is the radial cam, cylindrical cam, wedge cam, conjugate cam, global cam, and the spherical cam. So these are the different types of cams based upon their shape. First one is the radial cam. So this is the radial cam. So second one is the cylindrical cam. You can see it in the picture also. A groove is attached to the cam, and in that groove only the follower is used to move. So that is the guide path of this follower. Next one is the wedge cam. So it has a slant edge facing in its path. Next one is the conjugate cam. So this is the globoidal cam, which it has a groove in its end. This is the spherical cam in which it has a ball type surface, and the follower is used to oscillate in from the spherical cam. Next one is the follower types based on the shape, position, and the type of motion. So on the shape, it is knife edge follower, roller follower, flat faced or mushroom follower, and it is spherical faced follower. First one is the knife edge follower. You can see the green color patch. Next one is the roller follower, in which it consists a roller in its uh, end position. Next one is the flat faced follower or the mushroom follower. So it is also called as mushroom follower. And this is the spherical faced follower, in which its position is made depending on the cam. So you can see it in the picture. Based on the position also, we can take it two types, that is the inclined follower and the offset follower. That is the inclination with the axis of the cam. And next one is the offset follower, which is far different from the axis of the cam. So this is different from the axis of the cam. And these followers are classified based on the type of motion also. So that is the first type of motion, that is the reciprocating motion. This is the oscillatory motion, in which the follower is used to oscillate in its direction. So these are the different types of followers and types of followers. By this I am ending this class. Thank you.